Hi everybody, we hope you are doing great. Today, Carolina and me, Alejandrina, are going to talk about APA style citations. But first, let's talk a little bit about the history of APA, which is the American Psychological Association. It was founded on July 1892 by a small group of men that were interested in the new psychology. This group of men elected 31 individuals. With them was G. Stanley Hall as the first president of the association. The rapid and incredible growth in APA's membership increased 630% from 1945 to 1970, from 4,183 to 30,839 members. Later, from 1970 to 2000, APA membership grew to 88,500 members with another 70,500 affiliates. So this was getting bigger. APA's founding was part of a large number of changes occurring in the United States of America then. One of them was the emergence of academic disciplines such as psychology, economics, political science, biochemistry, and physiology. And also the progressive movement in politics, which called for a better social order. So, the leaders of APA reorganized during World War II. Now, the association's scope included professional practice and also the promotion of human welfare as well as the practice of the science of psychology. Psychology boomed after the end of World War II, and several factors fueled this growth. Many returning servicemen needed better psychological services. For the first time, psychology was a field in both science and practice. This new field was richly funded for training and research. So that's how psychology started growing. But let's get back to our main topic. Why is it important to cite? There are 3 reasons to cite the materials you use. To give credit to another's work and ideas, whether you agree with them or not. To show readers the materials on which you base your analysis, your narrative, or your conclusions. To guide readers to the materials you have used so they can examine it for themselves. So, there are 3 major citation styles: the Chicago or Travian, used in many fields, MLA, used in the humanities, and APA, used in social science, education, engineering, and business. This is the 7th edition of the APA Style Publication Manual. Here you are going to find everything that you need to cite properly. In the next slide, there is a video about this new edition.
To students, professionals, and everyone from border to border, coast to coast, and around the globe, APA-style experts fielded 30,000 questions that inform the exciting changes to the 7th edition of the Publication Manual of the American Psychological Association, which means you've asked, we've listened, and now we present an up-to-date, easy-to-use style guide for all your academic writing pursuits.
APA Style helps writers present their ideas in a clear, concise, and organized manner. Here are 7 things you should know. All formats are now in full color. The spiral version even features tabs. It's filled with 100+ simplified in-text citations and new reference examples. Includes a sample paper for students. Brings a new chapter on journal article reporting standards, JARS. offers a new chapter on bias-free language guidelines, gives updated guidelines for formatting tables and figures consistently, and 7, advises on ethical writing practices and how to get published.
Our next guest needs no introduction. This book isn't its old self. It's been completely updated with major enhancements for readers everywhere. It even endorses the singular they and recommends using just one space after a period at the end of a sentence. The publication manual of the American Psychological Association is on sale in October, folks.
Critics say it's hard to find APA-style answers. What do you say to them?
Now, in full color and offering a tabbed spiral version, the APA publication manual is easier to use than ever.
Is there anything more to the new edition than that?
Precise communication is the name of our game. From best practices to up-to-date guidance and help with disseminating research findings, everyone can write with ease and clarity.
Isn't there a limited audience?
Not at all. The APA publication manual is more widely used than ever before. More than 15 million copies have been sold worldwide and is being translated into 13 languages. More than 100 academic programs now use it. With all of these amazing statistics, you've got a story to tell. Now get out there and say it in APA style.
Well, there you have it. The 7th edition of the publication manual of the American Psychological Association is destined to be an instant bestseller. Here's wishing you clear, powerful, inclusive, and persuasive writing.
In October 2019, the American Psychological Association introduced the 7th edition of the APA Publication Manual, which replaces the 6th edition published back in 2009. In this video, we'll go over the 17 most notable changes on citing sources, formatting paper, and writing inclusively and bias-free. Hi, I'm Jessica from Scribber, here to help you achieve your academic goals. Let's start with the most notable changes in citing sources. Number 1. The publisher location is no longer included in the reference. The publisher, in this example Simon & Schuster, is placed right after the book title, without including the city and state New York. Number 2. The in-text citation for works with 3 or more authors is now shortened right from the first citation using et al. In the 6th edition, sources with 3, 4, or 5 authors were given in full the first time the source was mentioned. Number 3. You should include surnames and initials for up to 20 authors in the reference list. In the 6th edition, it was up to 7. Number 4. The label DOI: is no longer necessary. DOIs are now formatted as URLs. Number 5. You no longer need to write retrieve from in front of the URL, unless a retrieval date is needed. You now also include the website name, unless it's the same as the author. Number 6. For ebooks, the format, platform, or device, for example Kindle, is no longer included in the reference. Number 7. Clear guidelines are provided for including contributors other than authors and editors. For example, if you want to cite this video, make sure to include Scribber as the author. Number 8. Dozens of examples are included for online source types such as podcast episodes, YouTube videos, and social media posts. The 7th edition of the APA Publication Manual includes guidelines on inclusive and bias-free language for topics such as gender, age, disability, racial and ethnic identity, and sexual orientation. Number 9. The singular they or their is endorsed as a gender-neutral pronoun. Instead of saying he or she, you're encouraged to say they. Number 10. Instead of using adjectives as nouns to label groups of people, descriptive phrases are preferred. So instead of saying the poor, you should say people living in poverty. Number 11. Instead of broad categories, you should use exact age ranges that are more relevant and specific. So use people in the age range of 65 to 75 years old instead of over 65. The APA also provided different paper format guidelines for professional and student papers. You can find a sample paper for both types in the manual. Some of the format changes include number 12. Increase flexibility regarding fonts. Options include Calligraphy 11, Arial 11, Lucida Sans Unicode 10, Times New Roman 12, and Georgia 11. Number 13. The running head on the title page no longer includes the word running head. It now contains only a page number and the paper title. Number 14. The running head is omitted in student papers, unless your instructor tells you otherwise. Number 15. Heading levels 3 to 5 are updated to improve readability. For level 3, instead of indenting, it's now flush left and also italicized. Level 4 headings are no longer italicized. A level 5 heading is now bolded. In terms of style, not much has changed, but there are 2 changes you should know about. Number 16. Use only one space after a period at the end of a sentence. Number 17. Use double quotation marks to refer to linguistics examples instead of italics. So when will people start using the 7th edition APA manual? The APA expects that people will start using the 7th edition in the spring of 2020. But make sure you check with your supervisor or journal publisher which edition you should adhere to. The manual is now available in full color. You can choose between a hardcover, spiral bound, or ebook. If you're interested in getting yourself a copy, check the link in the description. That's it for this video. Make sure you give this video a like, and if you have any questions about the new changes, ask away in the comments. See you soon!